Now we know. A tale of ambition, choices, and public perception. Have you ever wondered what lies beneath the polished facade of public figures? This isn't just a rhetorical question. It's an invitation to dive into the fascinating, often contradictory world of celebrity personas. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on a story that's equal parts ambition, scandal, and mystery. A story that asks, how far would you go to get ahead in life? From unconventional career moves to whispers of controversy, this is a tale of one woman's rise to prominence, the risks she took, and the public debates that followed. Whether you're here out of curiosity or to unravel the layers of a complex narrative, one thing is certain: you won't leave without forming an opinion. Section 1. The ambition behind the persona. What drives someone to defy expectations and rewrite their destiny? Meghan Markle, a name synonymous with both admiration and criticism, began her journey not as a duchess, but as a young woman navigating the competitive waters of Hollywood and international diplomacy. Her early career choices reflect a blend of ambition and pragmatism, a mix that has fueled both her meteoric rise and her critics' scrutiny. The Foreign Service dream. While working at the U.S. Embassy in Buenos Aires, Meghan aspired to join the elite ranks of the Foreign Service. However, she admitted to struggling with a challenging Foreign Service exam, a parallel she later drew to her character Rachel Zane in Suits. Was this a moment of vulnerability or an early example of reshaping reality to fit a narrative? The pivot to acting. Faced with setbacks in diplomacy, Meghan turned to the entertainment world. In an interview, she acknowledged taking risks to get ahead, an admission that raises questions about the fine line between ambition and opportunism. How often do we criticize others for choices we might make ourselves? Section 2. The Playboy controversy, fact or fiction. Does the truth always lie in plain sight, or is it hidden behind clever misdirection? One of the most persistent rumors surrounding Meghan is her alleged association with Playboy magazine, a narrative that continues to fuel online debates. The photo debacle. Claims of a Playboy photo shoot have been debunked, with sources confirming that the images in question were generic thumbnails used across various publications. Yet, the story persists, a testament to how easily misinformation can spread. Cultural perceptions. The very mention of Playboy evokes strong reactions, often overshadowing the brand's broader legacy. Did the controversy stem more from cultural bias than actual evidence? This chapter of Meghan's life highlights a universal truth. Once a rumor takes hold, it's nearly impossible to erase. Section 3. The Rachel Zane effect, blurring fiction and reality. Why do we so often confuse actors with their roles? Meghan's portrayal of Rachel Zane in Suits brought her both fame and relatability, but it also blurred the lines between her real life and the fictional world of the show. Life imitating art. Much like Rachel, Meghan faced academic challenges and took unconventional paths to success. But unlike Rachel, Meghan faced the added scrutiny of a public eager to dissect her every move. The double standard. Male actors rarely face the same level of scrutiny for embodying their characters. Why, then, do we hold women to a different standard? Is it fair to judge someone based on a character they portray, or does this reveal more about our own biases? Section 4. Feminism and the double-edged sword. Can ambition coexist with societal expectations of virtue? Critics have often framed Meghan's career choices and personal life as antithetical to traditional values. But is this criticism rooted in genuine concern, or does it reflect discomfort with a woman who refuses to conform? The feminist lens. Meghan's journey, from advocating for gender equality to breaking barriers in the royal family, embodies modern feminism. Yet, her detractors often use her ambition as a weapon against her. The cost of defiance. Every choice comes with consequences. For Meghan, the cost has been a lifetime of public scrutiny. But isn't defiance the very essence of progress? Perhaps the real question isn't about Meghan, but about how society defines success for women. Section 5. Lessons from the rise and fall of public perceptions. What can we learn from the way public narratives are constructed and consumed? Meghan's story is more than a biography. It's a case study in the power of media, the resilience of ambition, and the complexity of human judgment. The media machine, from her early days in Hollywood to her royal exit, Meghan has been both a beneficiary and a victim of media narratives. Our role as consumers, by engaging with sensationalist headlines and unverified rumors, we perpetuate a cycle that prioritizes drama over truth. Are we, as readers, complicit in the very culture we criticize? Conclusion: a call to reflect and engage. Meghan Markle's journey is a mirror reflecting our own values, biases, and aspirations. Whether you view her as a role model, a polarizing figure, or something in between, her story invites us to question not just her choices, but our own reactions to them. So, what's your take? Do you see ambition or opportunism, resilience or contradiction? Share your thoughts, challenge the narrative, and join the conversation. Because in the end, it's not just about Meghan. It's about the stories we choose to tell and the ones we choose to believe. What's your story? Certainly. Let's expand this story to add more depth and detail while maintaining the engaging tone and reflective narrative. Section 6. Breaking barriers and building bridges. What does it take to redefine an institution steeped in tradition? Meghan Markle's entry into the British royal family marked an unprecedented moment in modern history. As a biracial American actress, marrying into one of the world's most traditional institutions, her presence alone was a statement of progress. Yet, her journey within the monarchy wasn't without its challenges. Cultural clash. Meghan's American upbringing and Hollywood background brought a fresh perspective to royal duties. However, her approach to advocacy and her candidness about mental health often clashed with the monarchy's more reserved ethos. Was this an inevitable collision, or could it have been an opportunity for evolution? The global spotlight, her biracial identity, while celebrated by many, also exposed deep-seated prejudices within both media and royal circles. Headlines often focused more on her race than her accomplishments, revealing a society still grappling with its own biases. A symbol of change. For supporters, Meghan's marriage to Prince Harry symbolized the possibility of a modern monarchy, one that could embrace diversity and adapt to contemporary values. For detractors, it was a departure from tradition that disrupted the institution's carefully curated image. This chapter of Meghan's life underscores the tension between progress and tradition, challenging us to consider how institutions can evolve without losing their essence. Section 7. The royal exit, a defining choice. When is stepping away the most courageous act of all? In 2020, Meghan and Prince Harry announced their decision to step back as senior royals, a move that sent shockwaves around the world. Dubbed Megxit by tabloids, the decision was framed as controversial, but was it a bold assertion of agency or an act of defiance? A toxic environment. In interviews, Meghan and Harry cited relentless media scrutiny and a lack of support from the royal institution as key reasons for their departure. Meghan's mental health struggles, exacerbated by the pressures of royal life, were met with public empathy and skepticism in equal measure. Rewriting the narrative, the couple's subsequent relocation to California and ventures into media and philanthropy were seen by some as a natural extension of their values. Others criticized these moves as opportunistic, accusing them of exploiting their royal ties for personal gain. The broader implications: their departure sparked global conversations about mental health, institutional accountability, and the evolving role of the monarchy. Was it an act of rebellion, or a necessary step towards self-preservation? The royal exit invites us to reflect on the cost of public life and the lengths to which one must go to protect their well-being and autonomy. Section 8. The Archetype Podcast and the Quest for Legacy. How do you reclaim your voice in a world eager to define you? In 2022, Meghan launched her podcast Archetypes, aiming to dismantle stereotypes about women. Each episode featured conversations with notable figures, exploring themes like ambition, resilience, and the labels society imposes on women. Taking control of the narrative. For Meghan, the podcast represented a chance to speak directly to the public without the filter of tabloid headlines. By sharing her own experiences and amplifying the voices of others, she positioned herself as a champion for gender equality. Critics versus supporters. While the podcast garnered praise for its meaningful discussions, critics accused Meghan of using it as a platform for self-promotion. This dichotomy of support and skepticism has become a recurring theme in her public life. Building a legacy. Beyond the podcast, Meghan's philanthropic endeavors and production projects reflect a desire to create a lasting impact. Whether through storytelling or advocacy, she's carving out a space where her values can thrive. The podcast is more than a media venture. It's a reclamation of identity and a step toward crafting a legacy that transcends the headlines. Section 9. Public perception in the age of social media. How has the digital age shaped the way we view public figures? Meghan's story unfolds in an era where social media magnifies every triumph and misstep. Platforms like Twitter and Instagram have become battlegrounds for her supporters and detractors, turning personal choices into public debates. Echo chambers and polarization. Social media algorithms often amplify extreme opinions, creating echo chambers that reinforce biases. Meghan's every move, whether a public appearance or a personal anecdote, becomes fodder for viral discussions. The role of misinformation, false narratives, such as the Playboy controversy, gain traction online faster than they can be debunked. This digital misinformation not only distorts public perception but also shapes the discourse around her life and choices. Empathy or judgment. The anonymity of social media enables both empathy and cruelty, often in equal measure. For Meghan, this duality has made her a polarizing figure, loved by some and vilified by others. In this age of digital influence, Meghan's journey serves as a case study in the complexities of navigating fame and authenticity. Section 10. A mirror to ourselves. What does our fascination with Meghan Markle say about us? At its core, Meghan's story isn't just about her. It's about the culture that scrutinizes, celebrates, and judges public figures.